going to be going through Ithaca first, and GPS says there's a flood warning there. Doesn't sound like it's too bad, right, from what you read?
Right.
You're like,
depends on how close we're going to be
right.
to the actual lake.
But just north of that, along the Finger Lakes, is the Harvest Toast that we're going to spend the night at, and it's Glenwood Pines is the name of it. I think it's basically a restaurant,
it's
isn't
just
it?
like a diner, and it sounds like it's a self-service diner. So you just go in, and I think you order your food at a kiosk. And
oh, okay. For a minute there, I thought you were going to say you got to cook your own.
Yeah, I don't think so, but it never used to always be that way, but apparently for some time it's self-service.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know when they changed.
Follow the road into the sky. Never let adventures pass you by. Be free and follow your crazy dreams. We're living our vision in the RV. Come ride with us and you'll be free. Ain't looking.
After 7.5 years of full-time travel, we finally made it to the Finger Lakes. And at this point, we're not looking back.
So we came in up at the top there. Then we had to take a sharp right turn way over there. That goes way downhill, very steep, if you keep going straight over there. But you have to come down through here. This is where we parked. Time for some grub.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
We're starting this Finger Lakes trip with an overnight Harvest Toast stop at Glenwood Pines. And right when we walked in, there it was on the wall.
Do you see what I see?
Pie. But this time, Pie Lady shocks us all. She passed on the pie and ordered a burger and fries. This trip was already off to an unexpected start.
Food was kind of like bar food, wouldn't you say? Yeah. Oh, that sun shining on the lake. That's pretty. We're in kind of a little dip right here. Otherwise, it seems really level. I think I'm going to pull forward. And then we should be good, I think. Today looks like it's going to be our best day to see as much as we can here in the Finger Lakes area. We were planning on exploring this area over by Ithaca and some of the state parks, see some waterfalls, and then we're going to drive around later today over to Watkins Glen. We have a Harvest Host to stay at there tonight. Then we were planning on seeing Watkins Glen tomorrow. But there's a 100% chance of rain tomorrow. And we're kind of thinking we need to rush this through. We've got a long drive back to Iowa, and we've got 1 week to get there, and we can't drive all day long. As a lot of you know, we can only drive in the evenings, so it only gives us a little bit of time each night to get there, and we have one more stop before we get to Iowa. So that's why. But I think I'm gonna go out and wash this windshield. My gosh, we got a ton of bugs. I just washed this before we came here. Michelle did the laundry, and there was a car wash next door. I washed the van, and sure enough, we get out on the interstate, and the bugs got really bad. It was this, it's like, I keep that squeegee with the long pole with us, and I got some window cleaner, and I use that, and then I just take the head off of that. And usually we get to an RV park somewhere, campground somewhere, and then I take my hose and I clean it off, spray it off. First, we're going to start the day off. We're going to go in town to Ithaca, grab some breakfast, and then sit there while we're eating breakfast and make plans on what we should do today. Kind of got lucky, and there was one parallel spot right here. Looks like an apartment complex or something back there. So I'm not sure about parking there, but here's the place.
Omelet, ham, mushroom, cheese.
This
Yours looks good.
some ranch egg bowl. And some beans in it too. And they have some gluten-free toast too. This place wasn't too bad. It's kind of a college town place. We didn't realize that's what it was. But I don't know, I'd say that's kind of healthy food. They try to market it that way. It's healthy food. Mm-hmm. And they had some desserts in there that looked really good. But can you believe she didn't go for one? They had some croissants, they had some monkey bread, they had a big old brownie like that. We were doing some research while we were in there. One of the kids in here, he asked if we had any questions because
He lived here all his life.
There's a couple waterfalls, of course. What is it, Titanic? That one is like the cream of the crop waterfall to see. Mm-hmm. It's like the biggest east of the Mississippi. Mm-hmm. If we go to the visitor center of the Titanic, you can actually see it from there, so you don't have to hike very far. We love to hike. We would really like to go down into the gorge and walk that area, you know, and then look up at it. That would be really cool.
Titanic Falls is one of the most impressive waterfalls in the Northeast, and from this overlook, you really get a sense of its size.
Well, let's go check this out real quick. Michelle ran inside. Anytime we come to a place that has restrooms, she always wants to use them just to save on our tanks. I keep telling her, I said, enjoy the privacy of your own. We're going to empty tanks regardless. We always empty them a little bit earlier than we really need to anyway. Visitor center is closed. Holy cow. School in session?
All right, we are going to hike down to the bottom. Okay, we'll stop so you guys can get some pictures.
The water drops 215 feet into the gorge below, making it even taller than Niagara Falls. But what makes this place so striking isn't just the height, it's the setting. The falls cut through layers of sandstone, shale, and limestone, rock that was once part of an ancient sea.
The same age.
Over time, water, ice, and erosion covered this deep gorge into the landscape. And standing here, looking down into it, you can see why this became one of the signature stops in the Finger Lakes.
This is very pretty. I like how you can hear it crushing on the rocks from all the way up here.
Mm-hmm. Wow, you come around that corner and there it is.
Yeah.
So this one's really easy to get to. And you're right there, right up close to it.
Gorgeous.
This is really pretty.
Buttermilk Falls gets its name from the way the water churns and foams as it tumbles down the rock, almost looking like buttermilk spilling through the gorge. The main waterfall drops about 165 feet, but this park is more than just one waterfall. Buttermilk Creek works its way down through the gorge, creating a series of cascades, pools, and similar falls along the way. The rock here is mostly shale and sandstone, shaped over thousands of years by flowing water, freezing, thawing, and erosion. And that's what makes this place feel so different from Titanic. Titanic is tall and dramatic from a distance. Buttermilk feels closer, more layered, like the water is stepping its way down through the gorge right in front of you.
This was another one of those times when we were just driving along and found another place that we hadn't even heard of. But anyway, there is a falls here that you can see right from the street.
Chequaga Falls sits right in the heart of Montour Falls, New York, almost like the village was built around it. The waterfall drops about 150 to 165 feet down the hillside, spilling over layers of rock before flowing right through town.
Found a spot right here. Back end slightly sticking out to that handicap spot, but they have space behind them. But we're not going to be here but 5-10 minutes. We're just going to go take a quick look. This is really pretty, especially coming down the street here, West Main Street, heading towards the falls. That's a really pretty view with some of the blooms on the trees. I'd like to have that for your backyard view. That would be really tranquil, sitting out on the back patio here at this house and having the sound of that waterfall.
But this place carries more than just natural beauty. The name is tied to the area's Seneca history, and Montour Falls itself was named in honor of Queen Catherine Montour, a prominent Seneca woman whose village once stood in this region. The village says this area was once home to a Seneca community, council members, and Queen Catherine's home. Over the years, Chequaga Falls became one of those rare waterfalls you do not have to hike deep into the woods to find.
You gotta be kidding me. Waterfalls are closed and Gorge Trail is closed. And we were hurrying to get here because it was going to rain. Well, we weren't going to be able to see it tomorrow either.
Yeah.
Whether it was raining or not, but wow. Even the kid that said he's lived here all his life, we mentioned Watkins Glen. He didn't say anything about it being closed, so he apparently didn't know either. There's some cars here. Let's go into Visitor Center. And
Well, I think it's these people all at the picnic table. They must be having a gathering.
I bet you that Visitor Center's closed then.
Right. It doesn't look open.
Sign didn't say why they were closed, did it? Obviously the weather's fine.
Until further notice for the Gorge Trail.
I wonder if those storms that passed through recently with those heavy rains, remember? I wonder if that washed out some of the trails. Well, we were talking to somebody back here that said the trail was closed for maintenance. But if we would have went to their website, they probably would have had something on their website that said that it was closed. We're going to have to get in the habit of start checking some of these places. I guess we have to come back sometime, right? We'll find something else to see today. Everything always works out.
Hey, this building's really cool.
They have bathrooms.
You gotta stop at Watkins Glen to use the bathrooms. Actually, we came here just to use the dump station. That's what we came for. We can use the dump station here, but they don't have their water turned on yet. But just FYI, they do have potable water. Just not today.
So I called the park that's in town, the campground, called Clute Park Campground. They actually just opened today for the season. Lucky us. And they have potable water that we can pay $10 and fill our fresh tank.
Okay. Did they have that? Did not include
No.
the dump station?
No, that was 15.
Oh, well, I'm glad we did this here.
Yeah.
They said they normally charge in here when I just went in and asked, but she said they're not open. I'm thinking to myself, do you live here? She said, no, it's all good. Go ahead. You can use it. We just don't have any water. The water's not turned on right now. So, but this is a good place to come. Nice, dump station, your potable water. You got your rinse here, potable water right there. Okay, so how far in town is this?
It's just a 7-minute drive.
Okay. Because we were going to go to the North Trail of Watkins Glen. I don't know if that's out of the way.
Well, their office is only open till 4.
Okay.
So we might as well go do that. 7
right.
minutes.
It's 5 after 1 right now. We might as well go do that. Go in here and pay for the water and see where it is we need to go.
With the Gorge Trail closed, we headed for the North Rim Trail instead, and honestly, we were really glad we did.
This trail looks like kind of runs along the gorge. And some really pretty views it looks like, so we're going to go check it out. Typically, it looks like they have shuttles that run here.
Mm-hmm. I saw that at the other entrance, park entrance as well.
When you're in season.
It wasn't the famous trail everyone talks about, but it had its own kind of beauty. Peaceful, shaded, a little unexpected. And sometimes, taking the trail you didn't plan on is exactly what leads you to the story you were supposed to find.
So I take it where we were earlier, that was the Gorge Trail. These two meet, so that's why it's closed. Says it's 56 degrees right now. That sun out, no wind, it feels pretty nice. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Oh wow, look at this.
Don't get too close.
Well, that's promising. We were talking to a couple back here, and they said it's very much worth it down here. Beautiful views. It's about a mile. I think that's what I read online. This must be the 1.1 mile one way. So 2.2 there and back. Said it's easy to moderate. I see moderate coming up.
Well, and there
A little
are
bit of a
some
hill.
kind of little jagged rocks. I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta kind of watch your step.
They said also, we'd show you pictures, but it'd ruin it. You gotta go see it for yourself. You know what I find funny? If I say bee, you're like, where? But if I say bear, you're like, Something isn't right here.
During our hike, Michelle and I met another couple on the trail. And you know how it is when you're traveling. Sometimes the best discoveries don't come from a brochure, a map, or a sign. Sometimes they come from a simple conversation with strangers. As we were talking, they mentioned something we had never heard before. They told us there was a hidden story nearby, one that most people walk right past without ever realizing it's there. A story connected to one of the most famous tragedies in history, the Titanic. Along the trail, you will notice a cemetery, St. Mary's Cemetery. In this cemetery is a mausoleum. It's the Barrett Rothschild Mausoleum. Behind it is a story of love, loss, survival, and remembrance. The mausoleum is tied to Elizabeth Jane Ann Barrett Rothschild, who was born in Watkins Glen in 1858. Years later, she would marry Martin Rothschild, a wealthy New York businessman. In April of 1912, Elizabeth and Martin were traveling home from Europe aboard the Titanic. They boarded as first-class passengers in France, never knowing that their return trip would become part of history. On the night of April 14, 1912, the Titanic struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic. In the early morning hours of April 15, as the ship was sinking, Elizabeth made it onto Lifeboat 6. She survived, along with her small Pomeranian, one of only a few dogs known to have survived the disaster. But Martin did not survive. He was among the more than 1,500 people lost when the Titanic went down. Elizabeth made it back to New York, and with a grief that would follow her for the rest of her life. Years later, in 1921, Elizabeth purchased land beside St. Mary's Cemetery in Watkins Glen and had this mausoleum built as a tribute to Martin. It became a memorial to the husband she lost at sea. And that's what stopped us in our tracks, because here we were, walking through one of the most beautiful areas in the Finger Lakes, thinking this part of the trip hadn't gone exactly as planned, only to discover a story hiding in plain sight, a quiet hillside, a stone mausoleum, a local woman who survived the Titanic, and a love story that still echoes more than a century later. This was another reminder that travel isn't always about the things you come to see.
Where are we?
Just what I was getting ready to say. You sure you want to stay here? Statue of Liberty over there. Do you ever get that feeling that somebody's staring? I wonder what he wants. Well, if anything, we made a new friend. Didn't we, buddy? Yeah. And Michelle got a drink.
I did.
Is it any good?
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Is it?
Just so you know, I drank that sangria very fast through a straw. So, there's that. What I don't understand is the quirkiness of this winery. It is so bizarre. I don't get it.
It is.
But they have a gorgeous view, so I'll give them that.
Yeah. But if you are staying here in an RV, she pointed out down here by this weird looking thing, whatever that is over there, in these
Cargo containers.
That's a good place to, that's where they want you to park. And
Yeah.
it's a little more flat
Yeah,
down there, it looks
kinda
like. But nobody else is staying here tonight, she said. And yeah, this is very different. Yeah, I'll just say that.
Yeah.
And we were thinking, since we need to make time getting back to Iowa, we may just work our way back, stay at a Cracker Barrel tonight. But before that, I think we might go in town to Watkins Glen and find a good place to eat.
Yeah, because tomorrow is definitely a rain out. Like, this whole part of the state is getting rain. 100% rain.
She needs to drink more often, doesn't she?
Wow.
She's been...
It was a good sangria. I'll give him that, too. But, wow. I normally don't drink it that fast, but we were like, we gots to go.
That was a good barbecue place.
That was very good.
Brisket was really good. Those beans was a little, they were different than your normal.
I liked
beans.
them, I think, better than he did.
Yeah.
They were on the sweeter side, which is why I like them.
Yeah.
But the price, it was a little on the pricier side.
Yep, it was. Yeah.
But good.
But, hey, it is good. That's what we're looking for, is that good food. Mm-hmm. Can you tell?
A little less stuff and a lot more life. Living our vision with my best friend by my side. Yeah, a little less stuff and a lot more life. Living our vision